Osseointegration surgery is a procedure that's done for amputees. And what we do is we take the residual bone and we actually take a metal device that we adhere into the bone, and then the bone grows into this prosthesis. And so what that allows it to do is that prosthesis to become part of the patient. There's then a metal piece that then connects to that comes through the skin. That allows the prosthetic to directly hook to that metal device and then hooks to them, so it really becomes part of them. There are several benefits for osseointegration. One is the lack of a socket. Socket issues can be very difficult for amputees, whether it be sweating, skin problems, sores, or just general discomfort. So one of the other benefits to osseointegration surgery is something called osseoperception. And what that means is, since the osseointegrated device is actually a part of the patient now where the bone has grown into it, it allows the patient to have a sense of where that prosthetic is in space, whether it be the upper extremity or the lower extremity, as well as when you're ambulating or walking, it allows you to get some feedback from the ground to the leg. And then for the upper extremity, when the prosthetic would grab something or lift something, it allows you to get some feedback as far as where that is in space as well. So candidates for osseointegration surgery are pretty much any amputation patient. Obviously, there are some medical comorbidities that can become problematic with osseointegration surgery, but the amputation group would essentially be able to work through those medical comorbidities and try to selectively choose who's a great candidate. But for the most part, osseointegration surgery has been done on most amputations, whether it be upper extremity, lower extremity, further down the arm, or further down the leg as well. So a lot of our patients are patients who have had amputations for a very long time, and they continue to have issues with whether it be the socket or skin problems or even just function. So it's very common that we get referred a patient who has an amputation, whether it be upper or lower extremity, who's just not optimized. They're not functioning at the level that they could be. And so when we bring them into our multidisciplinary team, we find ways of doing that optimization, and osseointegration is definitely a large part of that. I think because a lot of the patients that come to us and our multidisciplinary team for amputations, they are having issues, whether it be socket related or whether it be function related. And so even though osseointegration comes with its own risks, there are extreme benefits. And for most of these patients, they are very excited that they've had the procedure. A lot of those for lower extremities, for example, not having to wear a socket, being able to don and doff or take off their prosthetic and put it back on very easily is a huge win for those. So to be able to get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom very easily is a common one. Being able to walk in a much easier fashion because of the decreased effort that they have to do is very common. For upper extremity patients, being able to use a prosthetic that they normally couldn't use, and that's been another big win. Insurance does cover, at this point, osseointegration surgery for certain situations. A transfemoral or above-the-knee amputees are the only FDA-approved version of osseointegration surgery, and so that is a much easier one to get covered by insurance. But our multidisciplinary team, again, works to maximize the patient's capability of getting that approved by insurance carriers, and they've been much more open to that. And that even includes workers' compensation, Medicaid, so pretty much all forms. One of the biggest benefits is that our group here at Johns Hopkins has really created an excellent team from everything from orthopedics, from plastic surgery to physical medicine and rehabilitation, to prosthetics, to physical therapy. All that will see you in one visit. What that allows us to do is maximize each portion of that amputee care, and then we are able to talk confluently with the patient and make the best decision for each patient. Sometimes that includes dual surgeries between orthopedics doing osseointegration as well as the plastic surgery service that also does some nerve transfers like targeted muscle reinnervation to help with phantom limb pain and potentially even functional prosthetic control improvement. So the fact that we have each level of care for amputations is really a big proponent of this type of program for amputees.